Is female nature really ruthless? I want to talk about this because a lot of guys will say to me, women are ruthless, they're heartless, they don't care about us. And that is an extreme view, but there is a hint of truth to it, right? The truth is never as bad as it sounds, it's never as good as it sounds, somewhere in between. I think the big problem with men is that they generally build women up into being these idealistic creatures, these women who can come along and save them, who can fix their problems, who can make their life magical and glorious and much better. If you live in a shitty place in the suburbs, you've got a crap job, you don't like it, you don't make much money, what's going to make your life infinitely better? A beautiful woman. You're probably not going to be able to get a beautiful woman, but getting a beautiful woman is going to make your life a lot better. So that's why men go for this dream, because it's one way to just magically and drastically improve your life. Now, a little bit counterintuitively, that doesn't happen to men that often. What usually happens is that the woman living in the suburbs in the shitty location with a crappy job, if she's beautiful, she can be saved. She can go to London or to New York, meet a man, a rich, wealthy man, and be living in a penthouse apartment and living a lavish lifestyle fairly easily. It's very easy for beautiful women to move up in the world. It's not easy for a man to move up in the world. It takes hard work, it takes intelligence, it takes risk, all those qualities that women look for in men, but it's difficult for men. So back to my point, this is why men raise women up and they think of them as these creatures who can save them. Women are not really ruthless, it's female instinct which is ruthless. Female instinct doesn't afford women any time. It doesn't afford them the luxury of time because women have a short window to reproduce, and they have to be able to reproduce within a certain time frame, and if they don't do it, they miss the window. And that's why women can be very cold. They can cut men off very, very quickly if they realize it's not working out, if they're not heading in the right direction. Whereas men can kind of linger with women for 5 years, 10 years. You could stay in a relationship with a woman. Even though it's a long time, you could stay in a relationship. But if you didn't want to get married or you wanted to have kids later in life, you could do, right? So there's no pressure. But women have this biological pressure to make things happen and make things happen fast. And if it doesn't happen, if it's not going in the right direction, they move on. And that's why women can become quite ruthless. Also, women rule by instinct and emotions. So what that means is they respond to a man's behavior and emotions. If a man is weak, or if he's indecisive, or if he's unsure about himself, or if he doesn't have any ambition, or he's not going in a direction which a woman thinks is good, or he's not going in a direction she thinks has a decent future, the woman's going to bail, right? She's just going to leave. She's going to eject because she doesn't think that there's any future attaching herself to that man. So yes, female nature can be ruthless that way because it doesn't really care about nostalgia. It doesn't really care about sentimentality. Women don't care about that stuff, believe it or not. It's men who are sentimental. Men are the real romantics. Men are the ones who are nostalgic, very sentimental, very romantic. Women, on the other hand, fairly ruthless. They're fairly ruthless if it's not going in the direction they want. So the reason I'm making this video is because I spoke to this guy, and he was in a relationship with a woman for 2 years, and he wasn't in a rush to get married. He wasn't in a rush to have kids, and he said he just saw this switch turn off, like a coldness come over his girlfriend. He didn't want to have kids yet, or if ever. And when he vocalized this, the woman just went cold and started to withdraw and shut her emotions down. Closed legs, no interest in getting closer to him, and he could see that she was actually emotionally withdrawing from him. And he thought, well, you know, we've been together for 2 years, we've taken all these trips together, we've been overseas, we've met each other's families, we've had Christmas together, we've shared birthdays together. How can she just give it all away and not care about that? Well, it's because women are ruthless when it comes to progression. If they're not getting progression in the way they want it, they shut down their emotions. So that's something to think about. If you want to know how to get a girl back and she's pulled away from you, I highly recommend you get a copy of my Get It Back action plan. It will show you how to get a girl back the right way and to reinstall attraction and maintain attraction, which is even more important. You can pick up your copy today by clicking on the link below. And don't forget, I do phone and email consultations. You can book a consultation with me on my website, develofattraction.com. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I always love to hear from you guys.